You are on.
Hey, Rip, how you doing?
Hey, who's this?
This is Mike. I'm calling from New York, so I'm expecting some flack for that.
Well, you're still there.
Yeah, I'm not from the city, though. I'm from upstate. It's a little better up here.
A
little bit.
You still got the same governor.
In Governor Bob, it's beautiful. Hudson Valley, the hiking, it's awesome.
I've heard it's pretty
But,
up there.
I'm not calling about that. Oh, yeah, it's great. It's great. But calling because I've been running into some quad tendonitis. My numbers, my press is 170 for 5, bench is 250 for 5, squat 410 for 5, deadlift 470 for 5. And, I've dealt with some patellar tendonitis in the past when, I get too forward in the squat at the bottom or something, but it usually goes away in a week. And this time, the quad tendonitis started when I was benching. I was leg driving. It was like third set of 5. And I felt it go, or I felt like a twinge in the knee, and then it just hurt like hell after, and it still hasn't gotten better. So it's been bugging me in the squat, too. And I wanted to ask you a couple questions about switching to flat shoes in the squat. Now, it seems to be helping me avoid the quad tendonitis. I feel like I can sit back more into the hips, keep my shins vertical.
Right.
But I know obviously that's not the party line. So I wanted to see your thoughts on that.
Well, what shoes are you in right now?
I've just got some Chuck Taylors that I deadlift in the flats. So been using them at the gym for a while. So I've just been wearing for my squats too.
The problem with Chuck Taylors is they're shitty. They're just shitty.
Like the construction. Yeah, they're not very durable.
There's nothing to them. There's no arch support. There's not any compression. There's not any reinforcement of the foot structure. They're just shitty shoes that are designed to be manufactured cheaply. They're not good for anything.
The first seminar that I ever did, there was a guy who refused to wear lifters whenever he was squatting. And I was coaching him, and I took my phone, I took a picture of his feet in the bottom of the squat. And his heel was actually sliding out of his shoe, off the sole, and it was on the ground. And he had no perception of that because he's got 350 pounds on his back.
But he was wearing lifting you were wearing lifting shoes before, right? You switched to flats for the squat.
Yeah. I'm wearing lifting shoes since the linear progression into intermediate programming.
What you did?
What shoes are they?
Adidas Power Lifts. I think they have like a 3/4 inch heel.
Yeah, it's a pretty low heel on those.
Yeah, that's 3/4 inch heel. What's the net heel?
They're short. Those are pretty flat.
Are they?
Yeah. What he's doing is he's substituting a piece of equipment. So he's putting flat shoes on because he has crappy control of his knees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the flat shoes force you to control the knees better. So you gotta get that squared away. That's the problem.
So this is what I would suggest. If you've got what is going to be chronic quadriceps tendonitis, and a lot of people get that, you need to get that resolved with your squat form. You need to video your sets because you will not perceive your technique correctly. You will think you're doing something and it's not getting done. And I know this from personal experience. You can't tell. This is and we've said this 1,000 times, this is what's wrong with RPE. You can't accurately perceive what the hell's happening to you. I'm sorry, you just can't. I can't, and you can't.
Yeah.
So you need to video all of your sets and make sure that you are squatting with as vertical a shin as you can. In other words, with as open a knee angle and as closed a hip angle as you can manage. Thus, putting the stress of the squat on the hips and taking it off of the knees. And if you do this correctly and give the knees a chance to heal, you're going to be a lot more likely to be able to train consistency for many, many more years than if you let the tendonitis get embedded in that quadriceps tendon.
And
Right.
once you get it figured out, it would probably be a smart idea to tubo yourself so you don't get back in the habit of having knee slide in the bottom.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's, I mean,
so
this
would you
is
go back to
this
the
is
field?
100% a question of squat technique, and it is, and your footwear is of peripheral interest. If I were you, I would get back in my good quality squat shoes, because Chuck Taylors are not. That's for 11th graders to go to high school in. This week on Starting Strength Radio, we are going to do one of our famous call-in Q&As. That's where you call us when we tell you to. Once we okay it, you call us, and we get on the phone with you, and we ask you questions. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. You ask us questions. Although sometimes we have to decode what it is you're asking us, so that might entail us asking you questions back. But that's the process, and, these things are generally pretty cool. So join us next time on Starting Strength Radio for our call-in Q&A. And then make up your own mind that you're going to call us next time we have one of these. We'll let you know in advance. Next time, Starting Strength Radio.